Welcome to a journey inspired by the profound teachings of kindness and compassion. Join us in exploring the surprising impact of being a good person, as we delve into a heartwarming Buddhist story that transcends time and resonates with the essence of universal goodness. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain range, there lived a humble and kind-hearted man named Siddhartha. He was known throughout the village for his generosity, compassion, and unwavering commitment to living a virtuous life. Siddhartha followed the teachings of Buddhism and believed in the power of goodness to bring about positive change in the world. Siddhartha's days were filled with acts of kindness, from helping his neighbors with their daily chores to providing food and shelter to those in need. His heart was a reservoir of empathy, and his actions were a testament to his genuine concern for the well-being of others. One day, as Siddhartha was walking through the village, he came across a weary traveler named Kavi. Kavi had lost his way in the dense forest and was on the verge of giving up hope. His clothes were tattered, and hunger had etched lines of desperation on his face. Siddhartha approached Kavi with a warm smile and offered him food and water. Kavi, grateful for this unexpected act of kindness, shared his story with Siddhartha. He spoke of the challenges he had faced in his journey, the obstacles that had tested his resolve, and the moments of despair that had nearly consumed him. Siddhartha listened attentively, his compassionate gaze never leaving Kavi's eyes. When Kavi finished recounting his tale, Siddhartha spoke words that would leave an indelible mark on Kavi's heart. In the tapestry of life, we are all threads woven together by the hands of destiny. Your struggles are but a part of the intricate design that shapes the grand story of existence. Embrace the challenges, for they are the threads that lend strength and beauty to the fabric of your journey. Kavi was moved by Siddhartha's wisdom and asked, "But how can one person, in the vastness of this world, make a difference? What impact can a single thread have on the entire tapestry?" Siddhartha, with a gentle smile, replied, "The strength of a thread lies not in its size but in its resilience. A single act of kindness, like a well-placed thread, can weave through the lives of many, creating a pattern of goodness that transcends time and space." Kavi felt a profound sense of gratitude for Siddhartha's words and the hospitality he had received. Before parting ways, Siddhartha shared a simple yet profound teaching with Kavi: in every encounter, strive to be a beacon of light. Be the thread that adds warmth to the tapestry of life, and in doing so, you will discover the surprising impact of being a good person. As Kavi continued his journey, he carried Siddhartha's teachings in his heart. Over time, he found opportunities to embody the spirit of goodness in his own actions. He helped fellow travelers, shared his resources with those in need, and became a source of inspiration for others. Little did Kavi know that the ripple effect of Siddhartha's kindness and wisdom would extend far beyond the boundaries of the small village. As stories of Kavi's transformative journey spread, people from distant lands sought the guidance of Siddhartha, eager to learn the art of being a good person. Siddhartha, true to his nature, welcomed each seeker with open arms. His teachings resonated with people of all backgrounds, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. The village that was once a quiet haven became a center of compassion and enlightenment, attracting seekers from far and wide. The surprising impact of being a good person manifested not only in the lives of individuals but also in the collective consciousness of the world. The village became a symbol of hope, a reminder that the simplest acts of kindness could sow seeds of positive change on a global scale. Siddhartha's legacy continued to grow, and his teachings were passed down through generations. The village became a thriving community of compassionate individuals who, inspired by Siddhartha's example, dedicated their lives to making a difference in the world. The tapestry of life, once woven with threads of suffering and despair, now shimmered with the golden threads of compassion, empathy, and goodwill. The surprising impact of being a good person echoed through the ages, a timeless reminder that the choices of an individual could shape the destiny of humanity. And so, the story of Siddhartha and the transformative power of goodness became a beacon of light, guiding generations to come. In the end, it was not the grand gestures or the magnitude of deeds that define the impact but the simple, consistent acts of kindness that wove a tapestry of love, compassion, and joy for all to behold. As years passed, Siddhartha's village continued to be a sanctuary of kindness. The villagers, inspired by the teachings of their wise elder, became stewards of compassion, extending their goodwill beyond the confines of their immediate community. Their actions rippled outward, touching the lives of neighboring villages and distant towns. One day, a curious scholar named Lila heard tales of Siddhartha's village and its extraordinary inhabitants. Intrigued by the stories of transformation and the surprising impact of being a good person, she decided to embark on a journey to witness this phenomenon firsthand. Upon arriving in the village, Lila was greeted with warmth and hospitality. She observed the villagers engaging in acts of kindness, supporting one another, and fostering an atmosphere of harmony. Eager to understand the underlying principles guiding their way of life, Lila approached Siddhartha with a humble request. "Great sage," she said, "I have heard of the remarkable deeds and the transformative power of goodness in your village. Will you share with me the wisdom that has made this community a shining example of compassion?" Siddhartha, with a serene smile, welcomed Lila and began to impart the profound teachings that had guided the village through the generations. He spoke of the interconnectedness of all life, the impermanence of suffering, and the transformative power of selfless acts. Lila, captivated by Siddhartha's words, decided to stay in the village and learn from its inhabitants. She immersed herself in the daily rhythm of the community, participating in their rituals, engaging in conversations, and witnessing firsthand the surprising impact of being a good person. As Lila spent more time in the village, she noticed that the kindness practiced by the villagers was not confined to isolated incidents. It was woven into the very fabric of their existence, shaping their relationships, decisions, and the overall ethos of the community. Intrigued, Lila decided to conduct interviews with the villagers, seeking to understand how the principles of goodness were integrated into their daily lives. Each villager, from the elders to the children, shared stories of personal transformation, highlighting moments when simple acts of kindness had a profound and lasting impact. One villager, an elderly woman named Amara, recounted a tale from her youth. She spoke of a time when she was facing a personal crisis, overwhelmed by grief and despair. It was Siddhartha, then a young man, who extended a helping hand and provided solace in her darkest hour. His kindness, Amara reflected, was like a ray of sunlight breaking through the clouds. It not only lifted the burden from my heart but also inspired me to cultivate that same warmth within myself. I realized that the surprising impact of being a good person goes beyond the immediate moment. It plants seeds of goodness that continue to grow. As Lila documented these stories, she began to discern a pattern. The villagers, through their acts of kindness, had created a positive feedback loop. Each gesture of goodwill, no matter how small, contributed to a culture of compassion that, in turn, inspired others to embody the same spirit. Lila, deeply moved by her experiences in the village, decided to share the stories she had gathered with the wider world. She wrote a book chronicling the surprising impact of being a good person as witnessed in Siddhartha's village, hoping that the tales of transformation would inspire others to cultivate kindness in their own lives. The book, titled Threads of Compassion, became a literary sensation, spreading the teachings of Siddhartha and the villagers far and wide. It reached the hands of people across continents, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers. The surprising impact of being a good person, as illuminated by the stories within the pages, resonated with readers from all walks of life. Inspired by Lila's book, communities around the world began to incorporate the principles of goodness into their own practices. The ripple effect initiated by Siddhartha's village expanded into a global wave of compassion, reaching the farthest corners of the earth. In the midst of this burgeoning movement, a group of young activists formed an organization dedicated to promoting kindness and empathy. They called themselves the Weavers of Goodness, a nod to the metaphor Siddhartha had shared with Kavi about being threads in the tapestry of life. The Weavers of Goodness organized events, workshops, and outreach programs, encouraging people to embrace the surprising impact of being a good person. Their message spread through social media, art installations, and community gatherings, becoming a catalyst for positive change in an interconnected world. Meanwhile, Siddhartha's village continued to be a source of inspiration. Visitors from diverse backgrounds flocked to the village, eager to witness the living embodiment of the principles outlined in Lila's book. The villagers, in their humility, welcomed these visitors and shared the timeless wisdom that had guided their community through the ages. As the years unfolded, the surprising impact of being a good person became an integral part of the collective human consciousness. The stories of Siddhartha, Kavi, Maya, Ashwin, Leela, and the villagers found their way into classrooms, boardrooms, and family gatherings. The tapestry of life, once marked by threads of suffering and despair, continued to transform into a vibrant mosaic of compassion, empathy, and understanding. The Weavers of Goodness, in collaboration with like-minded organizations, spearheaded initiatives to address global challenges. They worked towards creating a world where kindness was not merely an individual choice but a shared commitment woven into the very fabric of society. Governments, inspired by the groundswell of grassroots movements, began to prioritize policies that fostered well-being, equity, and environmental sustainability. The surprising impact of being a good person, once relegated to the realm of personal philosophy, now shaped the structures and systems that govern communities and nations. In this era of positive transformation, a young leader named Aisha emerged. Aisha, influenced by the stories of compassion and interconnectedness, rose to prominence on the global stage. Her leadership was marked by a commitment to diplomacy, cooperation, and the belief that the well-being of one was intricately linked to the well-being of all. Aisha, drawing inspiration from Siddhartha's teachings, initiated international collaborations to address pressing issues such as climate change, poverty, and conflict. The surprising impact of being a good person became a guiding principle in diplomatic relations, influencing treaties, agreements, and global partnerships. As the world continued to evolve, the principles of goodness became foundational in various fields. Education systems integrated mindfulness and empathy into curricula, nurturing future generations to be compassionate and socially responsible. Businesses adopted ethical practices, recognizing that the well-being of employees, communities, and the environment was essential for long-term success. Technology, once a source of division, became a tool for connection and positive change. Social media platforms became spaces for sharing acts of kindness, inspiring millions to contribute to the global tapestry of compassion. Virtual reality experiences allowed individuals to step into the shoes of others, fostering empathy and understanding across diverse perspectives. In the spirit of interconnectedness, scientific advancements were directed towards addressing global challenges. Researchers collaborated across borders to find innovative solutions to issues such as healthcare disparities, food insecurity, and environmental degradation. The surprising impact of being a good person extended into every facet of human endeavor, shaping the trajectory of civilization. As the world collectively embraced the principles of compassion and empathy, a sense of global citizenship flourished. People recognized that, despite their differences, They were threads in the same tapestry of life. The surprising impact of being a good person had not only transformed individual lives but had become the guiding force behind a harmonious and interconnected world. In the twilight of Siddhartha's life, as he sat under the Bodhi tree where he had first gained enlightenment, he reflected on the extraordinary journey that had unfolded. The once small village had become a symbol of hope for humanity, and the surprising impact of being a good person had transcended the boundaries of time and space. Siddhartha, with a heart full of gratitude, whispered a silent acknowledgement to the countless individuals who had embraced the principles of goodness and contributed to the global transformation. He felt a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing that the timeless wisdom he had shared with Kavi had taken root and flourished in the hearts of people around the world. And so, the story of Siddhartha and the surprising impact of being a good person, which began in a humble village, continued to unfold across generations. The tapestry of life, now adorned with threads of compassion, empathy, and understanding, bore witness to the enduring power of simple acts of kindness and the profound impact they could have on the world. As the world journeyed forward, guided by the principles of goodness, the echoes of Siddhartha's teachings remained alive in the hearts of those who walked the path of compassion. The tapestry, ever evolving, continued to be woven by the countless threads of individuals committed to making a positive difference in the world. And in this ongoing narrative of hope and transformation, the surprising impact of being a good person became a timeless story, a testament to the potential for positive change that resides within each and every one of us. Thank you for joining us on this inspiring journey. Your presence adds warmth to the tapestry of kindness we've explored. May the lessons of compassion resonate in your heart. Grateful for your time and positive energy. Until next time.